Hello friends, I am going to talk about a very important topic today. There are questions on supernatural elements in the rhyme of ancient mariner by S.T. Coleridge most of the time. Therefore, on the request of many students, I am going to talk about this important topic for university examinations. A.St. Coleridge was a great romantic poet. He was a poet of supernaturalism. Now let me define what supernaturalism really is. Supernaturalism means things which are beyond nature, which are imaginary, which do not exist in the world. This is called supernaturalism or supernatural elements. S.T. Coleridge's poetry, particularly Kubla Khan, the rhyme of the ancient mariner, and Istanbul, are replete with supernatural elements or supernaturalism. Now, let me illustrate the supernatural elements in the rhyme of the ancient mariner by S.T. Coleridge. When the poem begins, we find that the ancient mariner starts telling a story to a wedding guest. The wedding guest is in a hurry. He is going to attend a marriage function. But the ancient mariner stops him and he tells him to listen his tale, to listen his story. In the beginning, the wedding guest is reluctant to listen to his story. But when the ancient mariner starts telling his story in a strange way, without any introduction, without any background, the glittering eyes and bewildering eyes of the ancient mariner attract the wedding guest. The wedding guest becomes spellbound to listen to a story of the ancient mariner. He goes on telling the story of his sea journey. The story is full of supernaturalism. Another instance of supernatural element is the appearance of albatross in the sea. The appearance of albatross symbolizes Jesus Christ in Christianity. Just as Jesus Christ was born to save people in the world, in the same way, albatross appears on the ship of the ancient mariner to help guide them amidst a storm, unfriendly atmosphere of the ocean. And so long as albatross is intact, the ship moves, sails without any hindrance. But all of a sudden, the ancient mariner shoots the albatross at his cross bow, and albatross dies. By killing the albatross, the ancient mariner commits a heinous crime. He violates the wish and desire of God, Lord Christ, in Christian faith. Now, the sailors who accompany the ancient mariner realize that the weather has become hostile and unfriendly due to the killing of albatross. So his friends tie the dead albatross around his neck as a penance, as a punishment. And the ancient mariner, as well as his sailors, the crew, suffer the sins committed by ancient mariner. When a snake appears from the bottom of the ocean and it moves around the ship, the ancient mariner takes pity of the lowly creature. When he takes pity of it, his misery or miseries begin to come down. Now, the weather becomes favorable, the ship begins to move, the albatross falls down from the neck of the ancient mariner. But the punishment is not over. The ancient mariner suffers the punishment of his guilt, of his sin, till his life. Now, the appearance of the ghost ship is also a supernatural element. A boat comes. In the boat, there are two spirits. One is death and the other is death in life. Death conquers over the co-sailors and death in life wins over the ancient mariner. As a result, the co-sailors lie dead around the ship, and the ancient mariner faces trials and tribulation resembling death in life. Then another boat comes. That boat carries a pilot, his son, and a hermit. The ancient mariner tells his miseries to the hermit so that his miseries may be reduced. But his miseries do not come to an end. The ancient mariner has to continue telling his story to person after person, man after man, in order to suffer the sins, the crimes that he has committed against God. When the weather is rough, the ancient mariner and the co-sailors face extreme heat. Their throats go dry. They cry for water. They are amidst water. But they cannot drink that water because sea water happens to be salty. It is salt water. So one of the crew says, water everywhere, and all the boat did sink. Water everywhere. Water everywhere, nor a drop to drink. The situation becomes very serious. Out of thirst, the ancient mariner bites his hand to suck blood so that his throat may get wet and he may be able to cry, to pray to God. This is the situation, and this situation arises because of his wrongdoing, because of the killing of Albatros. Thus, we find that the ancient mariner suffers his punishment till his life. We also find that this poem, the rhyme of the ancient mariner, deals with supernaturalism or supernatural element from the beginning to the end. I think students must have understood supernaturalism. Thanks for watching.